Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Midday Market Update. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Stock Market Strategist here at VectorVest. Glad to have you here. Glad to be here. I'm in a little pain today. Got some teeth stuff going on. If you can hear me loud and clear, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. So, yes, my jaw is killing me. I think I got two teeth that need to come out. Guess what? The dentist can't see me until Wednesday. So I got to sit in pain for a couple of days until the dentist can see me. So, with all that being said, big news today. China-U.S. come to a potential deal. There's a pause on the tariffs of 145%. Sorry if my mouth, just bear with me, okay? Please, just bear with me. Down to 30%. So we'll see how that works out going on. So Boss Griaz says that this is going to be a short stream. No, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to sit. Or else, if this was going to be a short stream, I could have gotten Ryan to do it. But I'm here for you today. I'm going to do it. And yes, I've lost a lot of weight, Francisco. Definitely. Keep it short and sweet today. That's up to you. That's up to you. Man, my whole jaw is jacked up. Like everything hurts. Got any dentists out here that can come and hook a brother up? Anybody want to come to the Charlotte area and hook a brother up? Man, oh man. That's all right. Big move in the market. As you can see, the market's responding. Right, green light in the color guard pricing column. We got a confirmed up call, as Tabula says. Green light in the buy to sell ratio, which means that more stocks are becoming buy recommendations in the software as well. So with all that being said, I'm going to get right to the program because I want to show you something. As we watch the market moving up today, the trend is still in place. There's today's action. We gapped up nicely, but look at that. Very little movement in price. So yeah, the market responded, right? The market responded, and we are still in an uptrend. I love that MTI is still above 1. The buy to sell ratio finally got above 1. Thank you, Jazz. I'm not going to load up on Oracle though, but I am going to go home early. And I am going to get some ibuprofen, some Oragel, some something. I don't know. I had a tough time sleeping last night. But with all that being said, nice jump up, nice gap up. We haven't faded the gap in any way, shape, form, or fashion, right? But I expected more of a blast-off day today. Type of 1 if you agree with that. All right? Ryan and I have been talking about waiting for a China deal that should take the market higher. Right now, we got the big gap up, no fadation of the gap. But man, I'm just wondering what the flying flip is going on. And again, if anybody out there teases me about how I'm talking today, I'm going to have some words with you later when I get better. But let's go see what all say again. Yeah, Joey's going to put you in timeout if anybody's got anything to say about the way I'm talking today. All right. Yes. And you're right. I can't say it today. It is paused. It is a 90-day pause. So there's a lot that can be left up to the imagination as to what happens. But if nothing else, this is a step in the right direction in regards to what's going on in the market. So we're going to concentrate on playing the market, playing the trend of the market. Trend is up. Market needs to break through resistance. I need to take that off now. I'm going to take that off because we broke through resistance. Finally, we broke through resistance, nicely moving higher. My next level of resistance, we put it up here, should be right about here. I can't see what, there it is, 72.95. We're up to 60. We got some room to the upside. All right. It basically gave saving move by Trump. Listen, somebody stopped by my office today and was like, well, I said nothing, no matter how you look at this, no matter how you face saving, no matter how you look at this, it is the art of the deal. All right? It is. Finally, China came to the table. They got put under a whole lot of pressure by their people. All right? And they came to the table. That was a lot of tariff. That was a lot of freaking tariff. Now, 30%, lot less. I think that's going to affect the market in a good way. All right, how is Palantir? Palantir, I'm making money still on Palantir. That's one of my stocks in my list today. All right, with all of that being said, we talked about what's going on in the market. Let's talk about what's moving the market. And let's get to the stories. U.S. China agreed to substantially lower tariffs. That's what's moving the market today. Joey, can you get that off? There it is. That's what's moving the market today. All right. How long do you think it will go up? That's a great question, David. I don't know. I don't know because there's still a lot of ambiguity in this of who gets what's going to really truly happen. But again, nothing more than a step in the right direction. And looking at the VectorVest composite, the market shows the same thing. All right, it's a step in the right direction. Is enough to be a catalyst to push the market higher. But where's the meat in the deal? All right, where's the meat in the deal? Type 1 if you think tariffs are tariff. Oh, yeah. No, nobody answered that. We ain't answering that. All right, let's go to the next story. Here are the stocks set to benefit after U.S. and China slash tariffs. There's a lot of stocks in here. All right, there's a lot of stocks in here. Shipping and logistics, Zim, like that stock. UPS, I'm not sure how I feel about UPS. I thought they just laid off people. Uber, FedEx, Matson, semiconductors, NVIDIA, AMD, Taiwan Semi, ASML, Intel. All right, are FANG stocks back on the rise? We'll take a look. Retailers, Walmart, Amazon, of course, they're going to feel the effects of lower tariffs. All right, Walmart automatically, I did a story on it, that Walmart already sources a lot of their stuff from the U.S. Amazon, on the other hand, does not. So they're feeling the effects. Costco, Target, retail stores, automotive parts, Tesla. Now, Tesla builds the majority of their cars. The majority of it is built in the United States, but they do have to get parts and stuff from outside. Ford, General Motors, Aptiv, industrial equipment, Caterpillar, Deere, General Electric, a lot of different stocks in here. Consumer electronics, Apple, Dell, airlines. Now, I'm not sure why airlines are going to be part of the list, but they're moving. Is it because people are going to start traveling once again? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the airlines, except for that summertime is coming. So there's going to be a lot of movement depending on what travel stuff. U.S. listed Chinese stocks, Alibaba, JD, and Baidu. If you're going to look at any Chinese stocks, I would look at a bigger company like these companies as a possibility. So there's a lot of stocks in this list based on what's going on. Art of the deal is total BS. All right, Mike. Now, listen. I'm not going to get into that. And everybody's got an opinion. But, Mike, all I say is if we start seeing deals get made, you might have to reconsider that. Mike, I'm not saying that you will or not. Bill feels the same way. I hear you, and I totally respect everybody's opinion in this room. All right? I respect everybody's opinion in this room. All right, next one. Oil leads commodity rally after U.S.-China truce as gold retreats. We've been talking about gold is really moving based upon whether tariff is good news or bad news. Bad news for tariffs, gold goes up. Good news for tariffs, gold goes down. And that's what is going on right now, but oil is starting to move. Story that I did not want to talk about, but I got to. Crypto's moving. It's up over 100. Look at that, 102,000. Ryan comes over to me this morning and says, you can't call it crypto now because it's over 100. He's right, but I'm looking at these moves over the last 7 days, and what really catches my attention is Ethereum. Ethereum's killing it, even more than XRP. Ethereum is killing it, so we're going to take a look at Ethereum today. I'm going to take a look at, we're going to click on it. I'm looking at CoinMarketCap because we don't track actual crypto in the software, but look at that. I see that it's up, but look at the pullback. Let's go to news. I'm going to click on news on Ethereum. Ethereum, Spectre upgrade, blah, 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 BlackRock, blah, 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 blah. BlackRock seeks in-kind redemption from Ethereum Trust. Nothing that really weakened AI. AI tokens skyrocket following the U.S. tariff agreement. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Let's see if there's any news on Bitcoin. Click on Bitcoin, and let's go take a look at the news. Bitcoin surges up to 106 billion in net assets, driven by institutional interest in market. J.P. Morgan's $1.7 billion investment highlights growing institutional confidence in Bitcoin ETFs. The vice president endorsement of the 2025 Las Vegas conference. Bitcoin is on the move, but for how long? All right, so we look at the last 7 days. Again, nice big move on all of the cryptos. 9% on Bitcoin, but Ethereum is the big mover. 37% in the last 7 days. And then all the other stuff I'm not really concerned about, except for Dogecoin. I own Dogecoin. I think I owned it for like the last couple of years. One day I'm going to wake up and it's going to be worth trillions of dollars. So there's an Ethereum ETF right now. Yes, there is. So there's a couple of them. Rose says GRYP. Is that Ethereum? No, that's a Bitcoin miner merger with Trump's son. Yeah, I saw that story. I did see that story. I thought the stock was up over 600%. I don't know if we have that. GRYP. I did see the story. And if it's only up 205% now, it means it pulled back. I did see the story where it was up over 600%, Rose. Watch interest rates as the government must refinance $9 trillion in expiring debt. Tax cuts continue to struggle in Congress due to deficit spending. You know something? I don't know. You know, with this push up in the market, does the Fed, June, Jerry, do they cut? It's a higher probability they cut in June, more higher probability they cut in July. So I am keeping my eye on the rates, and we'll see what happens. EETH, there's a couple of them that we have, Jazz. All right, next story. Apple, I did report a while ago that Apple was getting into the AI server business. Apple reportedly readies Baltra processors for AI service. All right, that's going to be good. According to Bloomberg, Apple is developing data center grade processors meant primarily to serve inquiries from Apple Intelligence. I'm liking what Apple is doing. Apple, at this point, after Steve Jobs' passing, is not all about innovation anymore. They just take what's out there and they make it better, in my mind. Like many of its industry peers, the company is working with Broadcom, AVGO, to develop its AI accelerators. Yet the details of the news agency presents may indicate that Apple has bigger plans for its in-house data center hardware. All right, so is it time to get back on Apple? We'll take a look. Another Apple story. Apple and AMD among the top tech gainers after U.S.-China tariff reduction. I'm going to look at FANG stocks. I want to look at FANG stocks. Is it time to get back into these tech stocks that have been beaten down? We're going to take a look at them. I got me a Palantir story. Palantir in focus as Bank of America sets a new Wall Street high price, moving the stock's price from $125 to $150. Anybody still holding Palantir? Now, this morning it fell. Where's it at right now? It's up about 0.5%. Anybody still holding Palantir? Sound has been a tough play, Jazz. I've been watching Sound. Sound doesn't look pretty. All right, but I'm going to put it on the list for today. SOUN. Sound hasn't been a pretty play. AVGO helps design Apple chips. We'll put that on the list today as well. I never sold my Palantir shares. Everybody knows that I didn't as well. But I am going to start to rethink that methodology prior to earnings. Now, you notice that Joey put a QR code up there. You guys can take your phones, just like this right now. Take your phones, scan that QR code to get a free stock analysis report on any stock you want. All right? So you can do that. I think that's something new that we're working on. Makes it easier for you. Let me see if I can do it. I'm going to click on it. Click on my camera. Let me go over here. Let me see if it clicks. I'm too far away. Oh, there it is. And now VectorVest.com. And it takes me up to the free stock analysis report. How cool is that, folks? All right. How about this? Stony, I want you to use that QR code right now to look at WGS. All right. I want you to use that QR code right now to look at WGS. I love that we got that. Joey, can you take it off the screen now? All right. I think he went to heat up some food, so he may not be here. It's going to stick there for a moment. All right. But right there, currently up 568% on your Palantir position. Man, again, Palantir has been killing it. Scan here for Fastlane. I'm not talking about Fastlane yet, Ross. I know you want me to talk about slow lane, fast lane. Not ready. But Stony, I'll still look at it. But I want you to see how easy it is to get a full stock analysis report right here, right now, during the presentation. All right? But I still wrote it down. Stony. I still wrote it down. Big thing is that Palantir, by way of Bank of America, is getting their price target raised. So we'll take a look at that as well. USEG, U.S. Energy outlines a $15 million processing plant construction amid Montana project expansion. Smith stated that U.S. Energy acquired 24,000 net acres in the Kevin Dome structure in January, along with a well containing significant concentrations of 9 hydrocarbon helium. 2 back-to-back wells are currently being drilled, each budgeted about $1.2 million, targeting the helium and CO2-rich Dupero zone. All right, so USEG, I want to keep my eyes on that stock. Got that in the list. Software stocks aren't doing too bad so far this year, says Pennywise. We have a huge gap in the SPX now. Worried about a sell-off? Well, guess what? Big jump up in the market. Does the market take a reprieve tomorrow, or do we get any more news that turns around and sustains the momentum behind the possible deal? Noting that it's a pause. All right, that's going to be the upcoming question coming into tomorrow. I like the move today, sort of. Remember, it gapped up, but it's a little bit of a doji going on right now. I really thought that it was going to push up a much, 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 much higher. But, it's a catalyst nonetheless. We got to keep our eyes on what's going on. That's why you trade the trend. You trade the market. At this point, all bets are off. Expect extreme volatility all year. We'll see. We will see. Let's go to the next story. Trump signs order aiming to cut some U.S. drug prices to match lower ones. This is going to be an interesting thing. What is it? What is the name of this thing? The preferred, there it is, known as the most favored nation policy. You know what I think this is going to affect? A lot of drugs, especially the GLP-1 drugs. Especially the GLP-1. What's up, Furby? Drugs. Because a lot of people, if your insurance doesn't cover it, you're paying thousands of dollars out of pocket for these drugs that seem to be working. All right? Would prefer open candle in the market at a high. Yeah, David, I'm with you. We got a little bit of indecision going on, but the gap never got filled, which is a bullish sign. We got to see what goes on tomorrow. We got to see what goes on in the news as more comes out in regards to this pause. Another chaos on pharma. He doesn't have the authority to do price fixing. Is it price fixing, or do we have access? Is this a real thing? Akshay, are you saying that this is not a real thing? Trump signed an executive order, including several different actions to renew the effort known as the most favored nation policy. Did not refer to specific nations, but signaled that he would target other developed countries because there are some countries that need some additional help, and that's fine. None of this he has the authority. All right, well, we'll see. It's an executive order. Congress still, if it's real and it gets permanent, Congress has to vote on that, right? Pharmaceuticals are down today. I bought more Gilead and Bristol Squibb Meyer early this morning. We're going to take a look. There's only a few that I wanted to take a look at today. I put it in the list. This is going to be interesting. U.S. customers should get Chinese rare earth permits more easily after the trade truce. Sorry about that. You hit the tooth the wrong way, and the whole presentation takes a whole nother direction. Sorry about that. This is going to be interesting. Now, does this open up more rare earth metals to us? Rare earth export permits for U.S. customers are likely to have some easier time getting approval from Beijing. However, a complete removal of the restrictions is unlikely, which means that they're going to still have some leverage over us when it comes down to rare earth metals. But is this possibly a possible positive sign for rare earth metals? I'm going to take a look at UAMI. I'm going to take a look at my ETF that I like, PICK. All right. So that's all of my news stories today. It doesn't matter on rare earth. MP will be the stock to own. I don't disagree with that. MP materials is a good place to wait. No truth. Glenn, truth. You said it right. Okay. I'm not sure what I said right. Whatever it was, I'm glad. Those are all my stories. Let's get back into the software. All right, let's get back into the software. Again, all I'm really paying attention to is what's the market doing. I'm trading the trend. I'm trading the chart, not my heart. I like the idea of the deal, all right? But is it sustainable? Is it real? Or is it just tongue-in-cheek again? The market seems to like it. Again, this was a catalyst that they were looking for. Gold has gone off color. Again, positive tariff news, gold is going to get hit. Negative tariff news, gold will go up. Between Ryan and I think we've been telling you that over and over and over. And if you do take gold, you got to be very choosy about the gold plays you pick. All right, let's go take a look at the indices. The indices, again, from the deal, responded in a beautiful way. Everything up, almost just about 2% across the board. The VectorVest composite is up 1.93%, but everything else is up 2% or more. There you go. Now, looking at the indices, looking at your individual stocks, Mr. Glenn, can you take a look at RH? How about this, Siobhan? Right now, Joey put that QR code up there. Siobhan, do me a favor. I'm going to put it down for you today, RH, but I want you to use your phone, Siobhan, and click on that QR code. You can get a free stock analysis report on RH. Do that for me right now, Siobhan. I still, is that for the trial? Oh, the other one was, okay, that's for the report. All right. So leave that one up for Siobhan. That one is for the free stock analysis report. All right. Scan me now for your free reading. Hush up, Ross. All right. But Siobhan, scan that code right there and type in RH. You will get a free stock analysis report on RH. Now go to the other one for me, Joey. For all of you who are brand new to the software or brand new to the channel, we do offer a risk-free trial for $9.95. All right, scan that, take a trial. Take a trial. If everything that we're talking about here you want to be able to do on your own, scan right there and take a trial. All right, so Siobhan, again, hopefully you scanned it to get your stock analysis report on RH, but I did put it in the list. Look at that. The VIX is down below 20. A lot more greed in the market as the market's taken off again. So we'll see how the market responds to the news. So far positive. We'll see if it's got more opportunity to keep going up. The problem with the art of the deal is that it involves manipulation, uncertainty, and flip-flopping and chaos. It lacks the gravitas that is appropriate for the office of the President of the United States. Again, I respect everyone's opinion. I do. And I in my mind, if it gets things done, I'm okay with it. If it gets things done, I'm okay with it. And not everybody in the room may agree with me there. Thank you, Siobhan, using that code. Thank you for using that code. Can you take that off? All right, can you take that off, Joey? Actually, I can do it, can I? If I just do this? I did it all by myself, like a big boy. I put on my big boy pants and did it. All right. So all of the markets are all up today. Big drop in the VIX. People are getting more greedy, less fearful. Let's go into the big news stocks. So there's a lot of stocks in here because there's a lot of things that are moving. AMD. So I wanted to look at the tech stocks, AMD, Palantir, Apple, and I also wanted to look at FNGA. He did tell us a week ago to start buying because he had something up his sleeve. We'll see. How much debt has all that gravitas got us? Mm. Again, I don't mind you guys talking just as long as everybody's respectful. All right. Brian put out a point. All right. And I'm sure, not everybody's going to agree with that. But as long as everybody stays respectful, I love the interaction. And I want you guys to talk to each other. It's not all about me. It really isn't all about me. Sorry, folks. I'm in a lot of pain. A lot of pain. All right. Whew. All right. So the stock, I was looking at that. Palantir. No, don't take me off camera. I'm fine. I appreciate that, bro. All right. So I'm looking at all of the tech stocks. View this tech graph. Take a painkiller with food. Yeah, I am. Hi, Kiwi. Meow. AMD. I'm going to put on a different graph today. I normally put on our generic graph that's got the price, the stop, the RT, and the earnings per share. But I added value and volume. I'm going to move to a different graph because these stocks are starting to move. I want to take a look at the 3 and the 8, the 3 and the 8 exponential moving average. All right, tech 3 and 8, because I want to see how closely these stocks have started to move already. Look at this, AMD, trade the chart, got a trend line. I got the 3 and the 8 crossing, put them both together. I like AMD. Now, what I don't like is the falling earnings per share. I do like that it's gotten beaten up so much that it's undervalued, but value's starting to fall. Technically, right now, could this be a good opportunity to get in? Absolutely. All right, we got a trend. We got the 3 and the 8 already crossing. RT is above 1. I like to play. What am I going to do to trade it? Well, right now, I'm going to have headwinds right here at this level of resistance, which is at 115.05. Right now, it's at 108. I got a little bit more room to the upside. A little bit of a closed candle today, which means the price is lower than the open, but it did not fade the gap. All right, next one. Palantir. I gave a couple of buy points, 98.48, 115. I got another buy point up here, a little higher at 126.47. Bank of America moved their price target from 125 to 150. Interesting about the stock right now. I do like that the 3 and the 8 is in place, but I got a level of resistance right here. It's going to have some headwinds there. Let's go to a 6-month graph. Look at that. That's right at the 6-month high. There's the 1-year high. Look at that. It's got some room to go. It's in a channel. The 3 and the 8 are in play. RT is above 1. I'd like to see more volume, but as the stock is starting to level out, that makes sense. All right. So I do like Palantir. I got a new trend coming off this level of support. Closed candle today, right? Closed candle, which means the price is lower than the open. That means the price is pulling back. Still a buy recommendation. I still like Palantir. Let's go to the next one real quick. Apple, interesting as I watch, found a level of support. The 3 and the 8 just crossed today. I got another level of resistance sitting in another little channel. I like the 3.8. It is overvalued. Value is rising. You know what I'm looking for before I get into Apple? Not based on the news. Looking for RT. Looking for RT to get above 1, and I'm looking to see if we can break above this level of resistance. All right? Now, if you own it, I don't. If it breaks below this level of 194.03, you might want to think about taking some of that off the table. I've been watching Apple because it's linked to AVGO. Right now, I like that the 3 and the 8 have just crossed. I do like that. I don't like the closed candle, but I'm okay because it hasn't faded the gap today as well. I'm watching RT. I need RT to go above 1. Does everybody understand that? All right. Does everybody understand that? I like the bounce. I like the news. Let the stock come to you. Watch RT. I need RT to get above 1. I need for RT to get above 1. This is going to be a very important part in regards to, is Apple in an uptrend or not? Now, I wanted to also show you something else. Freehand line, drawing. How about Apple bouncing off support, right, is now above the downtrend? That's another positive sign. All right, so right now I'm in no man's land with Apple. I do like a couple of things. I need a couple of things for confirmation before I pull the trigger on Apple. Looking at FANG, man, even with the move in the tech stocks, are moving, the stock on 3-month graph is moving sideways. The 3 is above the 8. I'm not feeling super warm and fuzzy about opening up a new position on FNGA. Not just quite yet. Individual stocks, maybe, like the NVIDIAs, the AMDs, and stuff like that. Possibly Apple, just not quite yet. But those are the stocks that I would look for. FNGA right now doesn't make me feel super warm and fuzzy. Here's my level. Oops. Here's my level of resistance right about here at about the level of 463.31. That's what I'm looking for. And it's at 433. It's got some room. Now, even though it's moving sideways, good little piece of volume, RT's below 1. That backs up my feeling about FNGA right now. RT's not above 1. So those are some of the stocks I'm keeping my eyes on. Ethereum. What was the other one you said? GYRP, GRYP. I'll take that. I'll put that up there. All right. I'm going to take a look at Griffin. And where's it at? It's towards the bottom of the list. Good googly muggly. And Ethereum. Ethereum, I think right now, if I'm looking at any crypto, I like the move. Ooh, there's GRYP. Look at that. Watch the big wick at the top of that candle. That's a lot of sell-off. A lot of volume. But again, that was a deal. That was a deal that was being made. Would I touch it? Nope. If I wasn't already in it, not only is the big wick, look at the candle pulling down even more from the open. I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that. If you weren't already in it, I don't think you want to be in it right now. Okay. Same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum did break through a level of resistance, though. Like the volume, RT is above 1. I do like that. RT is above 1. The stock moved enough to become a buy recommendation. Would I buy it today? No, because it's a closed candle, but I'm keeping my eyes. This is something I'm keeping my eyes on. I liked it on the website. I like Ethereum is on the move on the website. What's the other one? The other one is ETH. Same kind of scenario. I love that the 3 and the 8 is in place. RT is above 1. A lot of volume. It's got a lot of volume. I just, not on a day like today. I always want to buy when the market. Take me off the screen for a second, Joey, please. Joey. Hold on. Take me off. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that, folks. I'm not ready to go home yet. I'm gonna get us through this first. All right, I'm gonna get us through this first. I did just a bad day, So I'm gonna get us through this. No, I got you. Don't worry about it. We're gonna finish this. All right, let's close this out. Stop taking my mouse. Let's close this out. Antimony. Talk about the rare earth metals. All right, talk about the rare earth metals. My 2 picks for that would be UAMY and PIC. Curious about to see what that is. Should we, folks? You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to do that. Thank you, Joey, for asking, but you ain't got to do that. You ain't got to do that. Wow, UAMY. The Marine in you is so evident. Listen, Kevin, I wasn't gonna put this on Ryan last minute to do and cover me for this. All right. I wasn't gonna do that. I wasn't gonna do that. All right, but UAMY off the news is just getting killed. Wow. Interesting that the 3 and the 8 just crossed. If I'm in it, that's a sign. I don't want you to take a big hit. I just don't want you guys to take a big hit on that. All right. But that's a big move to the downside. Good googly moogly. I didn't see that happening. Now, I can look at the candlestick formation. And from the candlestick formation, that's a possible, that looks pretty close to a bearish engulfing with some follow through. But man, that sucks. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That sucks. And picked, on the other hand, my ETF for the What am I talking about? The rare earth metals. I own that. I do own that. 388 came back and crossed back up today. Closed candle though. Closed candle though. Be careful with it. I still own it. It makes sense that rare earth metals would get hurt on the news. But Michael, the other news that I brought up was that people would get some reprieve on getting access to the rare earth metals. Simple Minds coming. Don't you forget about me. There's another one I like. I did put that out there too, Lee. REMX. That's my other ETF for rare earth metals. REMX. Your Uncle Glenn loves you guys to death. I try to bring you all of the things that I can, especially when it comes down to ETFs. I gave a buy point on it at $38.99. It's at $39.73. I love the 3.8 breaking through resistance. RT is above 1. There's a lot of different ways. All right. I was wrong. Glenn still sang today. Defend looks good. Do you own it? No. I own Rolls Royce. I own Rolls Royce as my defense play. All right, that's what I own. I do not own Defend right now. And I was thinking about picking up, I think it was ITA, which was the single leverage ETF on defense. All right, that's another one. But China is the low-cost supplier of rare earth. And it's true. And I think watching some of these rare earths go down, it still shows that China's got us by the They got us when it comes down to rare earth metals. I know. Amir says go home. All right, hold on. I might. All right, we're going to do that. Oil. Oil's on the move. Let's take a look at that. View the stock graph. Nice move on oil, but look at this. A lot of closed candles today. A lot of closed candles today. I gave a buy point at 1901. Look at that. At 21, it's moving up. The 3.8 look good. RT just got above 1. RT just got above 1. All right. Where's the poll? Should Joey take over for the poll says 88% that I should go home. Yeah, midstreams are doing well. Anyone like silver? Be careful with gold and silver, Jen. Be careful with gold and silver. Positive news on tariffs is not good for gold. All right. And when I look at USO, I really would like to see it break above that level of resistance. The 3.8 are in play. RT is below 1. Yeah, oil is on the run. I'm looking for RT to get above 1. All right, we're going to do one last thing. All right, then we're going to go. We're going to do one last thing. Shippers having a big day on the news. Yes, Michael. Zim. There's a few of them. Zim caught my attention. So what we're going to do. See, look at that. Nancy said no. And that was the last thing I was going to do. Last thing I was going to do is going to look at some of your stocks. All right. If nobody puts stocks in, I won't look. All right. That'll be your way of telling me to go home. If nobody puts stocks in, all right, there you go, Ross. Oh my gosh. It's all right. I'll take these. HP, TPC, LRN. I'll look at a few. LRN, I'm not doing Pats. You know I'm not doing Pats. TRV. I'll do those. I'll take those. Mimi says, Joey, turn off the chat. It's all right. I got these 4 right here. All right, hard stop at 12:45. Thank you. And folks, I thank you. And I apologize. I really do apologize. But again, I didn't want to throw this on Ryan last minute. I did not want to throw this on Ryan last minute to fill in for me. All right, let's graph these real quick. LRN, I don't know what happened news-wise, but guess what? Big down day today, 3.8 cross. If you're in it, now I did. How about this? I like the upward move today. This is why I'm looking at 3.8. This is big news today. A lot of stocks are moving. This is why today I picked the graph of the 3.8. Oh my gosh. Mimi's going to come over here. Mimi, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. All right, LRN, watch the 388. The 388 just crossed today. If you own it, got to reconsider it. I do like that it's undervalued, but that's a big move, and I don't know what the news is on it. Interesting on TPC. TPC, big gap up. Right now, so far away from the trend line that I would use either the 3 or the 8 as a way to get out. But big move, new 3-month high. Watch the volume, though, and watch that it might be getting tired as RT is starting to fall. All right? As RT is starting to fall. So I'm just telling you that. Just watch that. Again, for any stock that somebody did want to see today that I'm not going to show, click the scan for the QR code. Click the scan for the QR code, and you'll get a free stock analysis on any stock that you want. All right, TPC, be careful. Love the move. Love that it doesn't have a big wick at the top, but I'm watching RT showing me that it is starting to slow down. Got 2 more stocks. Travelers, 388 is still in place, but watch today. Love the undervalued. Love that it's rising. All right, but watch the 388. 388 could give you an early sign if it crosses today to take your profits. Nice move up on it. Again, love that it's undervalued and that value is rising, but watch the 388. All right, watch the 388. Could be an early sign to take your profits. And the last one, Himalaya Shipping. Nice move in a trend, undervalued, buy recommendation. I don't like the earnings per share, but I do like that RT is above 1. Keep in mind, you're going to get headwinds right here. Excuse me, you're going to get headwinds right here at about 609. You're at 574. You still got some room to the upside. All right, I'm closing it down. All right, let me close this out real quick. Put me back on you put me on the homepage. All right, folks, listen, I got us through as much as I could get us through. Again, I apologize. And I gotta go through this until Wednesday. Dentist can't see me until Wednesday, so I do have to record a video for tonight. It's going to be a pretty short video, most likely. I'm going to do my top picks for the U.S. and Canada. I can get that done. All right, that's not a lot to do. Be a short video. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go. After I do that video, I think I'm going to go home. All right, after I do that video, thank you guys for bearing with me. Yeah, thank you guys for bearing with me. We got through what we needed to get through. We did. All right. So with that being said, adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Right now, I need to be sitting in Hawaii chilling. All right. Always remember, there's good people in the world. If you can't find one, be one. Odabu, bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste. Yasu. Till next time, folks. See ya.